So if you're thinking about purchasing a second home or an investment home and becoming an Airbnb host, then this video is for you. In this video, we're going to go over why the Tampa Bay area is a great place to consider becoming an Airbnb host, what cities and townships actually allow short-term rental under 30 days. We'll go over zoning, different property types, condos, single-family homes, how to properly manage your property once you've acquired it, and most importantly, how to calculate your return. Make sure to stick around to the end of the video where I'll go over my top 3 neighborhoods to maximize your ROI. What's going on, everybody? My name is Larry Lanny, owner of the Sunshine City Group, brokered by eXp Realty, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button at the bottom and make sure to turn on notifications with that bell because each week we post new videos giving you more information and insight into the Tampa Bay area, neighborhood trends and market data, as well as local happenings and events. Also note, as you're following along in this video, if I bring up any maps, links, websites, they will be located in the description below, as well as my free investor PROFORMA tool that I personally designed, and a link to a locals-only St. Petersburg guide to visiting or relocating. All right, and let's get into it. The next thing that's super important to consider and talk about is where you can actually legally rent your property short-term on Airbnb. And when talking about this, we should divide it into 2 categories, one being single-family homes, and then another being condos, townhomes, villas, etc. So a lot of times people call me and they want a townhome, condo, or a villa that has a water view. And their main reasoning is because ease of maintenance and management from afar. Although it is easier at times to manage, that comes with a cost. Typically, waterfront condo, HOA associations, monthly dues, CCD fees are super high, along with higher insurance costs due to flood zones. And if the zoning allows in that particular building with that community, the association, short-term rental, a lot of times they only allow their in-house property management company to manage your unit, which at times I've seen up to 35% of the gross rental amount being taken from your annual revenue. It is super hard to draw a profit when you're giving 35% off the top to the rental management company. But there are certain instances where you're allowed to have an outside rental management company take over the unit and or you have the option to manage it yourself. Typically, these condos are a little bit pricier, seeing as the demand to have a short-term rental, maybe a nightly rental condo on the beach is super high. So you can expect this price point to start at $500,000 and up. Moving on to single-family homes in the Pinellas County area. The majority of cities and townships in Pinellas County actually don't allow you to rent your property anything shorter than 30 days. There's a link to this map in the description, but best case scenario, if you're lucky, you'll be in a city that will allow you to rent it 30 days, 3 times a year. There's 2 exceptions to that statement. One being if you have a particular zoning within that city. A lot of times the transient zones, hotels, motels, closer to the beaches or downtown will allow for nightly rentals. Or you can find a single family home in an unincorporated area of Pinellas County. I've included the map to unincorporated Pinellas County in the description below. And basically what that just means is that it is an area that is not incorporated by a city or a town. It is actually managed by a board of commissioners from Pinellas County, which I totally get it. It's counterintuitive. It's unincorporated Pinellas County, but Pinellas County actually manages it. Tierra Verde and Isla del Sol is super sought after because it is completely surrounded by water. Tierra Verde and Isla del Sol usually performs pretty well for a couple reasons. One being it is truly paradise. It's the southernmost barrier island of Pinellas County. It has close proximity to Fort DeSoto Park, Passagarel Beach, Don Cesar, downtown St. Petersburg, and award-winning St. Pete Beach. Not to mention, it is super higher end and upscaled, so your guests will likely be older families with kids, and people that are looking to stay for a longer time and enjoy the Florida sun. The second area that I see typically perform pretty well is the Bear Creek area, which is wedged between Gulfport and Pasadena. Notably lower purchase prices than Isla del Sol. And although you're not on the barrier islands, you are super close to St. Pete Beach and the bridge, which brings you north to Treasure Island or south down to Paso Grill. Also, you're only about 5 minutes from downtown St. Petersburg and about 25 minutes from Tampa International Airport. And the third area I've included is Seminole, but important to note with Seminole, you want to be as far west down Park Boulevard as possible. That's where some of the properties have larger lots, easy access to the bridge where you can head north into Indian Rocks Beach, which is more of a slow-paced, casual, locals-only beach, or you can head south into Reddington Shores. It also has pretty good access to Tampa International Airport with about a 25 or 30-minute commute time.